Hello, this is Susan Taylor Shire, founder of Soul Mastery, and I'm thrilled to be with you in the spirit of love and beauty and the fire that fuels that love and beauty. This is quite a fiery time on the planet, and astrologically, this time is also very fiery, and there are two aspects to fire that we want to focus on. First is the fire that burns away things very quickly and very easily, and the fire of movement. Now, if you really look at the midst of a flame, for instance, we always talk about the cool, the calm in the middle, the blue of the flame. In the middle of that fire is a kind of a deep peace that I want you to remember to focus on as the fire is burning around us. It is actually burning up everything that doesn't want to exist anymore. Can you believe it? It's things that don't want to exist anymore, in fact. Okay? So I greet you in this, so that the fire of movement forward, which is also part of this time, which relates to motivation and passion and love and seeing the world from the inside out, from the place of beauty and love, which is true power. That is nature's power, is beauty and love. Yes, it's delight and joy and ease and play and all those fun things. But the deeper place is the peace that says, life is beautiful. Life is love. Life is powerful. And I want to be on that wavelength. So, in that regard, I have two pieces to bring to you today that are in my world that relate to what's going on. The first one is the fire of new movement forward. And that relates to the fact that my two parakeets, who many of you know from listening from session time together, just had babies. Ooh, who would have guessed? Why am I surprised? I think I learned about the birds and the bees a while ago, yes. I'm surprised a little bit because, and delighted of course, because it was the male parakeet that has been laying in the box, so I didn't know exactly what was going on, in the box very diligently for 2 weeks. And so my friends at the pet store said, oh, he's just preparing the way for the female to come in and lay on the eggs, and he's in there until she gets ready. Well, it turns out he was laying on those eggs. Don't you love that? It's a new day. And for birds, that's not highly unusual, but it's so fun that the male was laying on the eggs and the female was at the watchtower protecting the nest. And all of a sudden, there they were chirping away. And I've been told not to go in and disturb things, so I have no idea what they look like. I just get to hear them. So, congratulations on new birth. Spring is springing early here, but that's Southern California. On the other side of things is the fire burning to move out the old places, right? And that's been happening within me. A little while ago I talked about some of that, and I have had the most amazing experience lately in the last week, actually, of 2 levels of what I would call the closest thing that I've experienced to oppressive, depressive energy. And it was showing up in my abdomen. And once it was in just before I was going to bed. And it was like, oh, I can't live like this anymore. I just can't live like this. And it was so oppressive. It was a feeling like, not quite on the verge of wanting to die, but that feeling of, oh my God, not overwhelmed, but just bleh. You know, that sense of this dead part of me, in fact, was just holding this energy of oppressive. And it was, when it came out the second time around, it came out with a feeling of let's see, it's just all so fruitless and useless, and bleh, I am such a screw up. I won't use the word I was going to use. You're such a screw up. And as I felt into it and asked this part, what's going on? Be with me. Talk to me. Tell me what's going on both times. I just let it wail and moan, and that's what we need to do. Just let it give a voice. That's part of the fire. That's part of the action. Where the inaction has been and has been dishonored. It's sitting in me like a blub, and so like blubber, so to speak. And it needs to be activated so it can be integrated into the joy and the beauty and all that is working out of creation. So in order to transform it, I had to go in and go, okay, oppressive energy. And it was like, oh, I feel so oppressed. And then what I did was I said, what do you need here? And it said, I need life. I totally need life. And this was not an inner child piece. This was more of a soul piece. This part of me in that little belly of mine needed more connection to life, because it's oppressive not having enough life to move forward with, where you feel like there's so much banging on you and pressing you down. And this part was saying, what about me? Which really was my soul saying, what about life? I need life, okay, to be my orientation versus the oppressive human energy that is getting bigger and bolder all the time. So in order to burn that away, that old oppressive energy, which is part of the fire of the time, I needed to take action and bring life in. Beauty, life, wisdom, joy, and get connected to that universally. Breathe that into that abdomen of mine and say, you have permission to live. Obviously, if there was oppressed energy of a sense of depressed, it relates to not being in life. And why would we put that in ourselves? Why would we put a sense of depression in our body? Yep, to keep us safe and protected. Because if we're oppressed, we don't have to move forward. We can say, I don't have the energy to move forward. I don't have the momentum. And we can say, what about me? Me is not being honored here. And you out there in this whole situation in the world that's getting hotter and hotter all the time and crazier is oppressing me. Okay? Not true. It's a part of me going, I am done with feeling oppressed. I am so done with that. And so I brought in this light, the love, the joy that universally came to feed this part, just like baby birds that need a richer food. That's what I was told by the pet store. They need a richer food. The parents need the richer food for the babies. So this part of me that wants to be able to help me move forward in whole new ways, okay, was feeling oppressed and had to be fueled, ignited by the fire of love and the fire of life to be able to move forward more fully and have the energy, the capacity of greater wisdom and love and joy to move forward. So in this time of fire, it is so important for you to find those places in yourself and say, you have permission to come forward and be fed like a baby bird with the joy that I know you are sad and missing, and that's why you feel oppressed, correct? And bring that in so you have more to bring forward into your life and to contribute to others with. Yes? So, I am so excited to say to you there is always a way through, regardless of the heaviness of what we feel. And it was heavy, let me tell you. I couldn't sleep. It was so heavy. In that regard, I want you, and I see these challenges that we come up with that relate to oppression and depression and just clunk, thug in the lower half of our body coming up, because this is a time when our souls want to move forward. So much creative energy for our soul. And the only way for it to move forward is to move out these soul level challenges I call them, that come way back. This oppression in me had nothing to do with the exact immediate moment in my life. It was this old energy from lifetimes ago, from universes ago, that were like, I can't come into life, and I want to come into life, okay? So it's a gift in that regard. So one of the reasons that I am doing this Soul Mastery, Soul Reunion training coming up, and the teleclass, The Secrets of Soul Challenges, tomorrow, in fact, is the teleclass. Tomorrow is the teleclass. In 10 days is the Soul Mastery, Soul Reunion training, because I want you to see the connection between what is so heavy and what is holding you back at this point in time, even if it relates to triggers around others around you and things going on with others around you. I want you to see the connection between that and the soul level nature of the challenges that are up right now, so you can just bust right through those and be available for the larger creative contribution that is yours right now. So tomorrow night, you can look on my website that is listed below this recording to see all about the teleclass, and there will be a replay. And then next week, the bigger training. I'm so excited about it. It's been forever since I've done a training like this, and it's so time. So at this time, let me remind you, there is a lot of fire. Fire for action and movement forward into the next level of your creation, and fire to burn away what doesn't want to be with you anymore. So you can see it that way. When things come up, physical challenges, emotional challenges, they're saying, we're done. We want to get out of here. Could you give us the resource to flush through, to move out these old energies? And that is the fun of what we get to do right now. See it as the pleasure of life coming in, the beauty, the love, the fire, transforming all that we are. And know that I am so with you in bringing that love and beauty and wisdom forward, because you have so much to bring to this world. The world needs you, and you need the world in co-creation. I am with you so bountifully, as always.